Pakistan's former Prime Minister Imran Khan has said 2025 would be the year of change in the country. Speaking to media representatives covering his jail trial at the maximum security Adiala jail, Mr. Khan said, and quote, "In this authoritarian era, the suppression of personal freedoms, violations of fundamental legal rights, and the destruction of institutions have not only dismantled the country's social and political systems, but also its legal and economic framework. 2025 will be the year of true freedom in which this fake and fascist system brought to its knees will be defeated," unquote. Mr. Khan, who has been in jail now for 516 days, reiterated that his party's demands are saying, unquote, "Our negotiation committee is holding talks with the government. Our demands are legitimate. Formation of a judicial commission on the events of November 26th and May 9th and release of all political prisoners," unquote. On the incoming administration in the United States, Imran Khan said he expected a non-interventionist policy, stating, and quote, "I expect a Trump to remain neutral because Biden, instigated by General Bajwa, intervened in our government's removal through a vote of no-confidence, a fact known to the entire world." Secretary of Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf's Overseas International Chapter, Sajjad Barki, has called on the Pakistani diaspora worldwide to organize prayers, protests, and candlelight vigils on Sunday, January the 5th, for the victims of the Islamabad massacre. At least 14 unarmed peaceful protesters were gunned down by the Pakistani security forces in Islamabad as they marched to D Square on November 26th for democracy. In his message to the diaspora, Sajjad Barki stated, and quote, "We must never forget the martyrs. We must let the world know the extent of tyranny and oppression taking place in Pakistan," unquote. There are millions of Pakistanis who reside in Western countries and have played a pivotal role in the movement for restoration of democracy over the past 2.5 years since former Prime Minister Imran Khan's government was overthrown in a soft coup. The diaspora has engaged lawmakers in Western capitals against the unprecedented human rights violations by the military government in Pakistan. In addition to protests, in a massive blow to the military regime, the overseas Pakistanis are refusing to send remittances until democracy is restored in the country. It has now been 37 days since the horrific attack on unarmed protesters by Pakistani security forces, and the stories of the victims continue to emerge. Imran, a supporter of PTI, was amongst the protesters when he started hearing gunshots and bodies around him dropped. He said, and quote, "I saw 7 to 8 people get shot in front of my eyes. I made a video of it. It was 3:30 p.m. I was targeted by a sniper. By God's grace, I turned my head and the bullet ripped through my mouth. God saved me," unquote. While the injured like Imran are getting treatment, the list of missing is growing daily. PTI has issued a list of 12 workers just today who were part of the Democracy March and have not been heard from since. Imran Khan, the party's chairman, from his jail cell has vowed to get the victims and their families justice. He said, and quote, "As long as I am alive, I'll fight for an investigation into the massacre of these individuals and will not rest until justice is served." The population of Gaza has fallen 6% since Israel's devastating assault on the besieged Palestinian territory began nearly 15 months ago, according to the official Palestinian Statistics Agency. About 100,000 Palestinians have left the enclave, while more than 55,000 are presumed to have lost their lives, the Palestinian Central Bureau of Statistics said in a release on Tuesday. Approximately 45,500 Palestinians, more than half of them women and children, have been killed by Israeli occupational forces since the war began, and another 11,000 are missing, Al Jazeera said, quoting the Palestinian Health Ministry. As such, the population of Gaza has declined by about 160,000 during the course of the war to 2.1 million, with more than a million, or 47% of the total remaining population, are children under the age of 18. The PCBS said some 22% of Gaza's population currently faces catastrophic levels of acute food insecurity, according to the criteria of the Integrated Food Security Phase Classification, a global monitor.